LA Knight loses the biggest match of his career. Roman's reign continues. Knight is back to square one. He's got gold in his first WrestleMania appearance in his sights. His first step is leading his team into Survivor Series against the Bloodline. And it's LA Knight capitalizing on a Kevin Owens stunner to pick up the win. It's a small piece of justice, but Knight wants more. And he's on his way to Nick Aldis' office to talk about the Royal Rumble match when he runs into new US champion Logan Paul. And he mocks Knight about the fact that he's already won a title, he has 2 WrestleMania appearances, and that he's accomplished more in under 10 matches than Knight has in the last 10 years. And Knight doesn't take the disrespect well and then walks into Aldis' office and he says he was here for a Rumble slot, but now he just wants to punch Logan in the face. But as he says that, Owens walks in with exactly the same request after being pissed off by Logan in the same corridor. So Aldis makes the match, Owens versus Knight, for a shot at the US title at the Royal Rumble. And when they hit the ring, just before the match can get underway, Logan Paul decides to come out and get a closer look. And he's standing at ringside to witness a very respectful but incredibly competitive match. Knight and Owens bring their A-game and tear it down. All in the name of the US title, but also the chance to punch Logan in the face. But perhaps they don't have to wait, because as the match spills to the outside, Logan starts even more trash talk and he's saying, "Look at these two. It's so cute. Fighting for second place, just like usual." But that stops Owens and Knight in their tracks. They look at each other, and then they look at Logan, and it's time. They both drop Logan together, but they didn't realise that the referee was counting the whole time. And before we know it, they're both counted out. The match is a draw, and there is no winner. And as Logan squirms away from both of them, he's gloating on the ramp and saying, "Well, I guess that means I get to put my feet up at the Royal Rumble, baby. Looks like no one is good enough to step up." But inevitably, that brings out Nick Aldis, who says, No, that isn't how we work here. This match is a draw, so in my eyes, both men win. So how about instead of taking the night off, Logan, you prepare to face them both in a triple threat match. And Logan is furious. He can't believe it. He's got both Knight and Owens at the Royal Rumble. And he's ranting and raving about it on the Grayson Waller effect the week after. And Waller, unsurprisingly, is sympathetic to it. He says it's a travesty. He says he feels like the company is against guys like them. Guys who actually move the needle. Guys who these people are actually paying to see, not grizzled veterans like Owens and Knight. But those words bring out Owens. But as he's walking out, from the side it's Austin Theory. And now, all of a sudden, it's 3-on-1. And as Theory and Waller are holding Owens, Logan is talking all kinds of trash and he says, "I'm the YouTube kid, right? Talk now, Owens. Talk to me now." Knight is here. He's not going to stand by and watch this. Waller runs at him. He gets dropped. Theory too, but he gets dropped by the megastar. But in typical style, Logan bails out and gets distance. And as Knight turns around though, Owens is poised. He could easily stun him, but he doesn't. And it shows that at the Royal Rumble, you're going to have eyes in the back of your head. And it rings true when the match rolls around. But once again, Logan is ducking both of them. He's just watching it all unfold. And as Knight tries to roll up Owens, Logan slides in to break it up. Logan then runs at Knight and impressively slams him to the canvas. And it takes Knight all the way to the outside. But Logan hasn't seen that Owens is back up, and Owens hits the stunner. It's all over. 1, 2, no. Diving in the ring is Austin Theory. And because it's no disqualification, the match continues. Theory hits A-Town down. And of course, Waller's on the outside, rolls inside, and hits a stunner of his own on Owens. Theory grabs Logan and drags his motionless body over on top of Owens. It's robbery. And once again, LA Knight, through no fault of his own, fails. Logan retains and the crowd hates everything about it. He escapes this time. But unfortunately, the audience can't escape the gloating on the next episode of SmackDown that he even cares to show up for, because he's in one of those moods to talk trash. I continue to do all the things that my peers can't. I'm barely even 10 matches into my career. I'm a champion. 2 WrestleMania appearances, and after my big win at the Royal Rumble, I think I think you should shut up. Look at him. Logan Paul, the social media megastar. Well, this ain't YouTube, and I ain't feeling very social. But I am a megastar. And I am here to put you in your place because you talk all kinds of trash about doing this and doing that, but one thing you've never done is pin me. You got incredibly lucky when those losers handed you that win. But what they handed you, without you even knowing, was a one-way ticket to an ass-kicking you'll never forget by yours truly, with everybody saying... And Logan, as cocky as ever, says, "Are you challenging me to a rematch right now?" Wow, bro. Seriously. You're just a second-rate Miz. I mean, actually, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe that's an insult to him because even the Miz has been on WrestleMania. Even the Miz has been a champion. Listen, LA, I love it. I love the yeah stuff. These people obviously like you, but to be honest, you're kind of beneath me now. So the answer is no, big dog. And LA Knight says, well, alright. And he rushes Logan, and LA Knight snatches the title from him. If Logan won't give him a rematch, LA Knight is sure as hell gonna take one. But once again, Logan escapes, and LA Knight is incredibly frustrated. He throws the title back at Logan and says, I could take it from you anytime I want. But the next time I touch that championship, it'll be the referee handing it to me. He's absolutely being tipped over the edge by the brash Logan Paul. But as Logan gets backstage, he's met by Aldis, and Aldis says, Logan, nice of you to finally show up. But while I've finally got you here, I'm telling you that you will in fact be defending that championship against LA Knight at Elimination Chamber. But not only that, you'll need to find a tag team partner for next week, because he will. And the winner of that tag team match gets to choose the stipulation for your title match in Perth. Good luck with that, big dog. Logan has the decision made for him, but we still await the decision the week after on who each man will choose. And LA Knight is out first, and he chooses someone who has a big vendetta against Logan, the very man Logan beat for the championship in the first place, Rey Mysterio. It's an inspired choice, but now we see Logan come out, and as usual, he's very smug and very cocky, and he says, I had my ear to the ground, and I knew you'd pick Rey. And honestly, I respect it, because Rey probably wants some retribution. But my partner wants retribution as well, for the torment his own father put him through. And he's a champion just like me. What a combination! Rey just can't seem to get away from Dominic. But it's Dominic who should be worrying about getting away from his father, because Rey is all over him. It's the perfect choice from LA Knight, especially with the power to choose the stipulation for the US title match on the line. And as it turns out, it's not Dominic or Logan they need to be worried about at the moment. It's Rhea Ripley. Because just as Rey is desperately trying to get the tag, Rhea pulls LA Knight off the apron. And as he walks towards her remonstrating, it opens the door for Dominic to hit Rey with a 619, and he gets the tag to Logan, who goes up and hits a disrespectful frog splash. He picks up the win and the ability to choose the stipulation for his own title match. And he says, another L for LA. This is becoming a theme, my friend. And that theme is going to continue at Elimination Chamber, and just like your little shred of popularity, your run comes to an end. In a match where I can actually embarrass you and expose you for what you are. I'm going to make you give up. I'm going to make you tap out in a submission match. It's a completely unexpected selection from Logan, someone with only a handful of matches under their belt, entering into a technical battle. But when we arrive in Perth, we start to understand why. Logan has a wrestling background, and he uses it to his advantage. He's got Knight grounded, and even though Knight has a vast experience in pro wrestling, Logan knows he's better on the ground. But LA Knight has come so far, and he's fought through more adversity than this before. And he gets himself back into the match. He's on a roll. He's brought it back to the feet, and he's back in control. And he manages to hit Logan with a BFT. But Logan rolls to the outside before Knight can even look for a submission. And the referee is now holding Knight back from exiting the ring. Knight can't get to Logan, but Logan's brother can. Jake hands him brass knuckles. And then Jake throws him back in the ring, and now he's distracting the referee. Knight tries to pick up Logan, but boom! Logan clocks him with the brass knuckles. Knight is completely out. The referee didn't see it, and Logan locks in a hold on Knight, and the referee is forced to call the match because LA is unresponsive. He doesn't tap, but he does lose. And Logan unbelievably escapes again. The Perth crowd boos him out of the building and all the way out of the country and all the way back to his podcast, Impulse, where he is gloating once again about his victory and how he could actually be the greatest United States champion of all time. And with WrestleMania on the horizon, he wants to solidify that claim. But right in the middle of the podcast, LA Knight bursts in, downing both of Logan's security, and he goes right at him. But Jake stands there to separate him, and he says, whoa, 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 we don't fight for free. We're the Paul brothers. But Knight is fired right up, and he says, you want to talk? Let's talk. Actually, no more talking. It's time for you to put up or shut up, Logan. You'll be giving me another rematch. You've never pinned me, you've never submitted me, and you won't get rid of me until you do. Your little brother can stand between us all he wants, but there's nothing that's going to be standing between me and that title that I won't knock down. So let's go, Logan. WrestleMania, grandest stage of them all, for the grandest ass whipping of your life. Logan is clearly rattled and says, you want a rematch? You got it. I want to end the yeah movement properly anyway. Talk to Aldous and we'll sign the contract next week. And Knight says, that's the smartest damn thing I've ever heard you say. Knight then gets escorted out of the building by security and the message is sent. And now all that's left is to sign the contracts, and that moment comes under the supervision of the SmackDown general manager, who drops a huge bombshell about this huge event. And he says, ladies and gentlemen, not only will this match be for the United States Championship, but at the request of Mr. Knight, he wants to leave no doubt. But he also wants no disqualification. So the match at WrestleMania will be a Philly street fight. Gentlemen, the contracts are signed. Are there any final words? And Logan pipes up straight away and says, you know, LA, I do have some final words for you. And it's something they should have told you right from the start when you signed. People like you are just here to make people like me look good. Think about it. Roman, Miz, Bray, all of them. And you're damn good at it. You're good at your job. And I'm quite frankly honored that I will be giving you your first ever WrestleMania moment, because it's gonna be the worst and most embarrassing moment of your career so far. And that's saying something. But anyway, as you said on my podcast, enough talk. Logan tries to attack LA, but he stops him, and LA Knight smashes him through the table. And now Knight has the last word, and it's short and sweet, and he says, Logan, let me talk to you. The contract is signed and the deal is done, so your fate is already sealed. And you've compared me to The Miz, but let me tell you, I won't be compared to anyone. There's only one LA Knight, not yet. There's only one megastar, and it might be my first WrestleMania, but it's gonna be your last. And that's not an insult, that's just a fact of life, because you're looking at the next United States champion with everybody saying, Logan from out of nowhere has clocked Knight with the title. He's rocked, but it's a street fight, so the bell rings and Logan immediately pins him. 1, 2, no, he can't quite get him, but Logan has gotten the jump and he's all over LA. You can see the bad blood through the screen and you can feel it in the arena. These two have gone to war for months and the risk to reward is so high. Both men batter each other with everything in sight. Kendo sticks, chairs. Logan even manages to get a receipt and put Knight through a table of his own. But nothing works. Neither man can keep the other down. But as everyone was expecting, it isn't long before Logan's crew starts to get involved. They start coming from everywhere. It's all the people who have cost LA Knight. But the difference this time is LA Knight has a weapon. And he starts to fight them all off with everything he has. But while this is all going on, Logan gets handed the dreaded brass knuckles by Jake Paul. And LA Knight has cleaned house. He slides back in the ring. Logan swings for him, but he counters, and he manages to take the brass knuckles from Logan. And it's Knight that clocks him. The crowd erupts. Logan is out. He's fallen on his own side. And Knight takes a moment to look around at the crowd. The people who brought him here, that demanded this stage for him. They're all standing. And it's LA Knight's WrestleMania moment. He picks Logan up, slams him with a BFT, and he picks up the win. LA Knight caps his meteoric rise by finally winning the gold. He beats Logan at his own game, and now we truly know just whose game it is, with everybody saying